Everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout that I completed at a crop that I went to back in October. I had brought 30 page kits with me, ended up doing 22 layouts in 2 days. And this is layout number 14 out of 22. Now, the first thing that I do when I take out a kit is I look at everything that I put in this page kit. And that's why I love making page kits, because I make page kits sort of in batches, with maybe 30 or 25 of them at a time. As I'm putting embellishments into these page kits, I try to add different things, whether it is 4x6 cards, 3x4 cards, and in this case, it ended up being a 6x8 piece of pattern paper, and I'm going to use that as the base of my layout. And because this is 6x8, it fits perfectly 2 4x4 photos right beside it, and I'm going to use that as the main focus on my layout. Another thing that I really love about making page kits is that it seems that I can whip through pages within half an hour per page. This page in particular took me 18 minutes, but I kind of take into account that before I turn the camera on, I did take time to cut apart all my embellishments and some, of our digital prints. One of my favorite places to use my page kits is when I go to a crop, because then I'm not bringing 3/4 of my craft room with me. Like, I literally, when I walked in, I just had this, one container that I had mist and inks and that kind of thing, which that container wasn't that big. I think it was like 6 by maybe 18, and it's actually a photo holder, and I put all my mixed media stuff in there. And then I had my brown and green bag that is to the left of the camera there, and that's where I put in my stuff like my cutting tools, my scissors, my ATG, my little trimmer. I had a box for my caterpillar crop, and that's the box that it came in, and I just keep it. And then when I go to crops, I just put my trimmer in there. And then I had a bag where I put all my page kits, and that's it. That's all, the only thing that I bring to crops. And I don't find when I get there that I'm missing stuff. I just get down to business and get a whole bunch of pages done. But I also like using page kits in my craft room, because I find that when I go upstairs, if I only have an X amount of time, I don't want to spend time, figuring out what pattern papers and what embellishments I'm going to use. I just grab a page kit. If it doesn't have pictures in it, I add pictures, and then I just put a page together. So leave me a comment in the description box below if you scrap with page kits, or do you just use them when you go to crops. I find personally, like I said, I like using them at all times. I just find I get so much more accomplished when I have page kits. And again, I want to apologize that the layout is not in the center of in the center of the frame. And again, it's because I'm at a crop, and it was really hard for me to tell whether or not I was in the frame. But I still like to put them out there, because then you get to see from start to finish, from all the videos where I made the page kits and put all the embellishments together, right up to the part where I actually make the layout. Just a reminder, all are digital files, so a lot of the embellishments that you're seeing on the screen right now, the viewfinders, the cameras, the arrows, the words, the circles, those are all digital prints that we have in our shop. The link is also in the description box below, and right now everything is on for 50% off, only for a few more days. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below always, or go to NicoleJones91.com. Now I just want to talk a little bit more about this layout. Because I use that 6x8 and then I put the 2 pictures beside it, I mounted the whole thing on some cardstock. And before I cut it off, I was like, how can I use that flower pattern paper? I love that flowered pattern paper. So I thought, okay, so I'm going to use another little strip and just put it on the other side of the photo. So I ended up making a sort of block layout without even thinking about it. Because of that 6x8 pattern paper, I ended up putting 2 photos, and then I wanted to use that other pattern paper, and then that's how it came about. And that's what I find, that every time I open a new page kit, I just look at what's in the page kit, and it kind of helps me decide how the layout is going to go. And if you've been with me during virtual crops, you'll know I'll, just grab whatever page kit, and then I look at what's inside, and then I talk about, oh, well, because of this is how the layout is going to go. And by the way, there is a virtual crop that's going to happen in January. I think it's going to be January 15th to 17th. More details to come in the next week or so, but I'm thinking that's the week it's going to be. And it's going to be over the whole weekend again. Just closer to the date, I'll say whether, there's going to be 3 sessions of 3 hours, or 1 session of 4 hours and 2 other sessions of 3 hours each, or it's going to be like the last time and it'll be 5 sessions of 2 hours. It just depends on how my wrist ends up reacting in the next week or so. I'm supposed to get my splint off tomorrow, and then we'll see how, the next week or so, how my wrist, if it gets stronger, and that I can scrapbook for maybe a little longer period of time. So in the next week or so, I'll be announcing the weekend for sure. I'm just waiting to see what Mason's schedule is going to be like for his hockey, to kind of put that date in stone. But it's definitely looking like it's going to be January 15th to 17th. And that again is 10 hours of scrapbooking, 10 challenges where we get 10 layouts done in 10 hours. But that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And again, a couple more things. Digital files are only 50% off for a couple more days. And look out for the virtual crop coming in January. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.